All right. Hey there, everyone. This is Justin MacArthur-Rand, and it's a very special evening. We've got two incredible speakers, and my own mother, Cecily MacArthur, is going to be interviewing two of the people behind the scenes and are putting on one of the most amazing festivals in the world that everybody really needs to know about. We have Chris Decker from Australia and Prajna Kapadia from Los Angeles. Prajna and I am quick friends just recently after connecting mostly through social media and then the phone. And Chris has an incredible history that I'm actually aware of on the event space side, with something called Earth Dance. Everybody should know about that. But what they're going to be talking about here today is the Uplift Festival that's coming up this December 2013. And we're going to get to learn all about that. And my mom is going to basically interview. She was far more familiar with all of the speakers, the phenomenal characters that's going to be at this event, and she's a great interviewer. So we wanted her to get with these two and let you know what's going on with that. And this is our first GlobalElevation.TV broadcast. So we look forward to creating more events and recordings like this, and also hangouts in the near future. So without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to Mom, and we'll get going to learn about the Uplift.
All right, Justin, thank you. This is Cecily MacArthur, and I'm very excited to be here tonight to talk about this incredible event. And Justin showed it to me on the web. I was like, oh my, wow, these people are doing something extraordinarily special. Then it's really a pleasure to be talking to people who are really working so hard to make this a reality for everyone for this second Uplift Festival. So first I would like to start and just talk to Chris first, Chris Decker from Australia, and tell a little bit more about the Uplift Festival. Let's start with this is the second one, so talk about how it got started and then what's happening this year.
Yes, well, we're very excited to be doing second year of Uplift this year. I mean, Uplift was started actually from our good friend Bharat Mitra, who is the patron and founder of Uplift with his wife Bhavani. Last year, Bharat had a birthday party on 12/12/12 and asked me to help produce his event, and he was inviting quite a few people, prominent speakers and people from the space to Australia for his birthday, people like Bruce Lipton, who are good friends of his. So since quite a few people were coming, and I knew quite a few people as well who were part of the consciousness movement globally, we sort of got together and said, wouldn't it be great to do something public and really honor the birth 2012, 21st of December moment? And that's how it happened. That's how it started. It started really wonderfully with a birthday party. And then it grew. Then we decided to keep everybody local. They all flew into Byron Bay, and a really important element birthed from the event as well, which we call the gathering. So imagine we have this public event, but then a week before, all the speakers and keynotes are invited to come to Australia and spend time together in private to connect deeper with each other, which they rarely get to do. I mean, they were so appreciative and had so much gratitude for the fact that they could actually come out of their busy schedules, get totally looked after, and then have these sort of meetings together, these sort of private meetings. And the stuff that came out of it was phenomenal. People really deeply connected. They shared their work, and they got really uplifted and inspired individually. So by the time we came to the public event, it was one real big family that actually was presenting, and everybody knew each other really well and had already been, deeply connected to each other. So the potency of the delivery for the public was amazing. So after that event, I mean, it really, the local community and the people who came to Uplift last year, the feedback was phenomenal. So we all decided, look, this is incredible concept here we've got, and we have to do it again. So, we're taking it to the next level this year and inviting even more speakers, more well-known people from the space to come to Australia. So, yeah, we're really excited.
I love the idea of having people come together, the speakers coming early and getting to connect with each other and getting deeper with their topics. I love that concept. That's very unique and a really terrific concept, and it sounds like it really made a difference in the power that the speakers had to be able to present to the public. So what an amazing idea. How did that come about? What was the thought behind that?
Well, you see, that it sort of happened naturally, the whole evolution, because Bharat's birthday was 12/12/12, and then of course there was 10 days before 11 days before the 21st, so there was this little gap in between, and everybody just stayed local. So we decided to create a really focused gathering moment for them, so people could really stay in circle together and stay and actually work together and share together. So it just naturally evolved, and we ended up calling that space the gathering. And that was all these people, all these great minds and great people coming together, all these visionaries. It was a visionary circle, and it was interesting because most of them just get flown to conferences. They meet each other in the lobbies or in the backstage green room, and then they go back again. They fly out, so they don't really spend quality time. So it was like a little moment it was an offering from Uplift as well to the presenters to have a little bit of self-nurturing and rejuvenation for themselves. Not only physically, but just to get to know each other, and get excited by each other's work.
That's such a brilliant idea, and it's happening again this year, right? You're having that year gathering again.
Yes, absolutely. And of course it's a very diverse. I mean, Uplift really represents diversity, the unity of diversity. The great thing is, it's not just the sort of the number one selling authors in the sort of new consciousness space, but we have incredible award-winning slam poets and musicians and all these sorts of great, and of course some of the youth activists who all get to come together, including Indigenous elders. We have the 13 Grandmother Council delegation coming this year as well. And, so you have these Indigenous elders meeting the youth, meeting the artists, and meeting the sort of global visionaries all in circle. It's quite profound what actually happens.
Well, I think it's beautiful, and the fact that they can have some time together, like you said, to sort of connect and renew themselves beforehand. So you definitely have said different disciplines. You're definitely across science and wellness and art and ecology and economics and indigenous cultures, and I love that you have youth speakers also. So can you talk more about the speakers first and the lineup? And it is incredible. As Justin said, I'm very familiar with many of them, not 100%, but most of them, and I'm like, oh my, what an incredible group you've pulled together. So tell us more about that, and who are you featuring this year?
Sure. Well, we're very excited by the lineup this year. We have Anita Morjani, of course,
yes.
She had a near-death experience when she was, literally dying with stage 4 cancer, and went into this transition space and came back. And was, in that space, she knew that she couldn't die. It wasn't her time yet. She got the clear message, so she came back. Not only did she get the clear message, but she also got some universal truths that she, wrote a book called Dying to Be Me, which is just an amazing book of her journey and about the universal truth of it's just about every moment. It's love in every moment. So we're excited to have her, and then matching her, of course, is Edmund Alexander, who's another near-death experience person who was, top brain surgeon and ended up with this sort of rare case of meningitis, also went into a coma, went into transition space and came back and wrote the book Proof of Heaven. So he's another amazing speaker. We've got Bruce Lipton, who quite a lot of people are familiar with, cellular biologist, who's, very famous for his book, The Biology of Belief. So he's actually coming. We're very excited because Bruce and his wonderful wife, Margaret, amazing couple, just such a loving couple, and they've never really shared before together in presentation. And Bruce's latest book is called Honeymoon Effect, and they'll actually be presenting together. They'll be presenting the book together, The Honeymoon Effect, and doing a workshop on that, which is we're all excited for.
Wow.
And of course, we got the amazing female activist scientist and philosopher Vandana Shiva from India who's coming. She's really quite internationally recognized with all GMO movement across the world, of how trying to stop the GMO thing. So she's amazing. She's quite a firecracker activist. We're really excited to have her. Everyone's familiar, of course, many people around the world with Dr. Joseph McCullough. He's coming. He's this doctor who's got a huge list of people. He's used the internet really well to gain a huge audience and sort of disseminate, ways of natural health. And he's pretty amazing. Satish Kumar is another, he's a former monk and long-term peace activist. Satish is amazing. Was very good friends of Mahatma Gandhi. He's the editor and publisher of the Research and Ecologist magazine. He's an incredible speaker as well. Very, very deep speaker. Dr. Patch Adams, another amazing person on the planet. Of course, everyone's familiar with the Robin Williams movie, Patch Adams, which is about this particular doctor who's, he's had a life of selfless dedication to healing and bringing humor into medicine, and that's been a pretty amazing journey. His journey is incredible. We've got quite a few people. We've got Guru Singh's coming. We've got the 13 grandmothers are coming. They're actually in New Zealand, the first ever 13 grandmother council is coming together. The 13 Indigenous grandmothers representing Indigenous, the grandmothers from these different Indigenous traditions across the world, tribes, have been traveling the world for the last years, and they meet in council every couple of years, and they're meeting in New Zealand this year, and all 13 of them, but a few of them are coming over from New Zealand to Uplift straight after that conference. And Grandma Agnes Broom, she's, in her 80s, another amazing spitfire of a old granny. She's incredible. And then Grandma Rita Blumenstein, she's a elder from Alaska, an Alaskan grandma elder is coming. She's a medicine woman from Alaska, so she'll be coming as well. And then we have all sorts of, amazing artists coming. We've got poets. We've got Luca Lesson, who's one of Australia's leading, award-winning slam poets, incredible conscious poet. We've got Kurt Nugent, who's another great award-winning poet from America. He's a great conscious poet as well. So, we like to mix it all up at Uplift. And in between, it's not just a sort of a boring, conference where there's lots of talking heads. There's lots of action and get people to move. Then we have yoga classes. We have Sufi dancers. There's amazing 2 Sufi dancers and teachers that come from Israel or an EHub. So imagine, you're watching a presenter and then suddenly the twirling dance, workshop. Suddenly the whole place just becomes a whole Sufi dance meditation, and then we'll be back to a workshop, and then there'll be some sort of breakout happening. So it's very dynamic at Uplift, and we really encourage. We turn it upside down quite a lot, so you're not just stuck sitting on your seat and listening all day to people talk. It's balance of information and people sitting there and really sort of great information, but there's also a balance of body movement and connection. Connection is really important at Uplift with people, for everybody.
Yeah, there's also a day dedicated to the kids as well.
Yes.
There's a lot of there's 2 of the premier youth activists on the planet are coming as well.
That's right.
Parent, which
yes.
is who founded
Scott Martinez, amazing youth activist. He's 12 now, actually 12, and he's from Boulder, Colorado, and he's the co-founder of the Earth Guardians, which is this international group of children across the world who really join together to basically champion, global causes. Especially his big one is the fracking and the CSG causes, and they do the GMO causes. But they're amazing kids. And Rachel Parent, the Canadian girl who hit the news headlines this year because she challenged top Canadian presenters, on TV, and he was trying to make her look like a little, small kid, foolish kid, and he just held her ground and debated with him and made him look like an idiot, actually. So that particular clip went hugely viral on YouTube, and she got lost. And she's a founder of of a nonprofit called Kids Right to Know, basically, where all the kids are coming together to demand the right to know about GMO labeling. So she's pretty amazing. I mean, these are the next generation of leaders as well. So last year at Uplift, the Australian chapter of the Earth Guardians was born, and it's been thriving ever since Shutescott left, and now they're all coming back. And actually, this year we're bringing Earth Guardian delegates from India. There's one coming from Africa. So it's going to be quite an exciting youth program at Uplift this year. And we're actually dedicating a whole tent. We're creating a whole tent for the youth, and it's going to be non-stop youth programming and activities and all sorts of inspirational workshops for the millennials. And we're very excited by that as well.
It's a great addition to have the children have a voice and to be part of this. It's not just for grown-ups here. This is for families and everyone. So that's wonderful. You talk a little bit about the musicians. Again, it looks like music is huge. It was a big piece last year, and it had people enjoying themselves, dancing and having a great time. So talk a little bit about the musicians that are coming.
Well, it's an amazing, the great thing about Uplift is the celebration component is really big. So it's not just a conference. It's more of a hybrid conference meets music festival, I like to tell people. And, so it's a real marriage because, we all come from an event, music festival as well. My events in America my festivals always had a big, they were more music driven, but we always had a big workshop component. So this is sort of a marriage again of a next level of that coming together of people who are prominent in the space of music and sort of presenting. But this year we have, it's a global lineup. I would say once again it's a very eclectic genre, but the focus is to have music that raises and is uplifting and has a very conscious message. So this year we have Deva Pramal and Miten, amazing sacred devotional chants. They're quite well known internationally. We have a great group from Canada. They're actually good friends, and they used to tour a lot on the West Coast, America, so that's where I got to meet them. A band called Delhi to Dublin, and they're an electronic fusion of Bhangra meets European Celtic violins. So they're an incredible band, very, very fun and energetic. And then we have this great group called Trakaya, which is a sort of a ceremonial musical rendition of the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying with a great musical group and a spoken word orator from England. So imagine this whole very deep soundscape happening, and this orator is speaking excerpts from the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. Yeah, and then we have a great group called Sarita. Sarita is a female artist from Melbourne. She does sort of global world fusion reggae. She's good. There's a bunch of spoken word poets. There's Ida, another female poet, Luca Lessem, like we said. And the Voices of Youth, which is Shutescott's own band. So imagine his 12-year-old with a 9-year-old brother. And they've got this great hip-hop sort of rap group that they perform called Voices of Youth. So that's pretty much it. Another great musical part of Uplift is it's a sound healing immersive. There's 3 prominent sound healing groups in our area, and they've never come together before and worked together. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, we're in the office here, and it's all going off. You can imagine full production. It's actually quite quiet. I'm quite surprised. But so this all the 3 groups. There's a group that works with sound healing through gongs. There's another group that does Tibetan bowls and flutes, and there's another group that does didgeridoos, and they're all coming together to do like this sort of super group of sound healers, if you like. That's going to happen at Uplift. So we're very excited by that addition as well.
Wow, you do have great diversity in music too, and a really great combination, like you said, to make it more of a celebration. Can you talk more about the theme of oneness and I really love seeing Uplift, We Are the One, and how that is going to play out and in the speakers and the theme of what you've created for this year?
Well, sure, absolutely. Well, like we shared just then, with the great diversity of our lineup, that is the concept. It's like it's right. It's the feeling of and the expression of we are the one. It's like it takes all the different types and takes all the different colors to make the complete picture. And it's not about having one particular focus and one particular leader or one particular guru anymore. It's about this sort of great diversity of understanding that we're all connected together, and together, if we join together and we understand that fundamental truth that we're all connected, then you can't really blame anyone as well. You take responsibility yourself and understand that your actions, your individual actions, is a part of the complete whole. So that's sort of the message, the underlying message of Uplift. It's not about one specific theory or one specific religious thread. It's about the whole. It's about all of us are making the difference when we join together and we really celebrate together and we celebrate our diversity.
That's beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate that you're doing that. Because it is important, particularly now, for people to have that sense of taking responsibility and believing that we are all connected and together in our oneness. So it's beautiful. Prajna, I'd like you to talk now a little bit more about the venue and Byron Bay and the accommodations and options for people, and how exciting this can be for people who want to join.
Well, Byron Bay is beautiful. My first experience was last year at the Uplift Festival. It blew me away. It's just the most beautiful beaches, the most beautiful venue. The venue is it's actually a very intimate setting. There's about 1,000 people, I'd say, 2,000 people, Chris. It's globally.
Yes, we can actually expand to about 2,000 this year.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, so there's about 2,000 people around. The accommodations are. Where are we accommodating, Chris? I think they're all over the place. There are a bunch of places, hotels, etc., all over Byron.
Oh.
Mm. And
Byron Bay is one of the. Oh, sorry, I was just going to say Byron Bay is one of the most visited places in Australia. So we're very lucky to have a lot of tourist accommodations available on every single level you can imagine, from camping, right across to 5+ stars.
Yeah, exactly. What's different this year is that the live streaming is going to be available to the public, and it's actually going to be marketed to the public, so that we don't all have to. I mean, this kind of goes in with Uplift's theme of "We Are the One," the illusion of separation. Like, you can join even if you're not sitting in Byron Bay. Mm. It's beautiful. It's an opportunity for everybody to join in, and I mean, we made it as we priced it such that enough people would get, people could afford it, because the purpose is not necessarily to exclude. The purpose is to include as many people as would like to be a part of this, because that's what it's about. It's humanity. Mm. This is the celebration of all of us, not just the people who show up in Byron Bay.
So what would be the process for people if they wanted to either get to Australia or to join the live stream? How would they do that? How would you tell them? Where did you tell them to go?
Okay, well, the upliftfestival.com or upliftconnect.com will link into upliftfestival.com. You can purchase tickets there for the actual event, the tickets in Australia. For the actual event, just click on the Buy Tickets tab once you get to the website. And for people who actually wanted to be at the event, that's very easy to do. You just go there, click on a few buttons, and there you go. You sign up, you buy your ticket, etc., and then take care of your transportation and your accommodation when you get there. Or plan for that. It's 4 days, and just take the days you want to go. The other, for the live streaming, it's going to be even easier. All you have to do is either go to the Uplift website or go to Uplift Connect on Facebook or Twitter or even Instagram. Follow us, and there'll be links to the live streaming. We have an early bird discount of $50 right now until December 1st, and then it'll go up to $75. But with Share Awakening, if you guys are all referred to by Share Awakening, you come with Share Awakening's affiliate code, then you will get the discount. You will get the discounted price. You'll get it for $38.99, and that's all 4 days, and it'll be available for 2 months after. The recordings will be available to you for 2 months after, which is a lot more than most of these and many of these places offer. Usually it's like 24 to 48 hours or a week or something.
And it's very generous for what you get. That's wonderful. The people around the world will be able to sign up.
Yes, this is
hopefully
a global
if they can join you and be one of the 2,000 lucky people to be in Byron Bay. I'll be thinking about you. I really wanted to go. That is definitely tempting, but I'm going to live stream it for sure.
We appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. No, it's a beautiful event. It's a beautiful event.
Is there anything else you want to tell people about what's upcoming or what they need to do?
I mean, to me, the event is transformational. I went last year as an attendee, as a friend of Bart and Vavani's, and it changed my life. There's no part of me that wasn't touched by it. Like my purpose and who we really are, and who we think we are, can be two different things. And you really, through completely different modalities, through science, through art, through philosophy, through all the presentations you see, they all speak the same message. And that's the beauty of Uplift, is that it all ties together, every modality. I mean, some people have some people think spirit and science are completely opposite of each other, and that's actually not true. That as a Uplift treats, I think, the event of Uplift is as cohesive as each one of us is. And it really, I don't know, it's amazing what you see there. It's amazing. The humanitarians that come to speak, the scientists that come to speak, the musicians that come to perform, all to kind of, to promote oneness, to promote a global community.
And it inspired you enough to want to join and be part of it this year and actually help promote it. That's
exactly. I almost felt like I felt kind of, supremely blessed for being there. And I said, it would be a dream come true to have everybody feel the way I did at that event. That would be my dream for the planet. It would be a happier place if the world functioned the way those 4 days did.
Truly. Oh, that's beautiful. And so, Chris, just a final word. So what about your own personal experience and encouraging people? What would you like to say to encourage more people to participate this year?
Well, I'm just really excited we can do the webcast this year at such a high production level, because that's really, breaks all the boundaries and limitations of people actually coming and needing to come to Australia. And it's just going to be great. I'm really excited. We're going to be webcasting all weekend, all the performances, all the keynotes, all the weekend, every bit of content you can watch. And the great thing is you don't actually have to stay up all night to try and connect with our time zone. All the content and it's going to be available for 1 month after the show. As many times as you like, you can come back and watch the show, which is brilliant. It's a great offer. And it's just exciting to be able to do full DVD streaming right from Byron Bay, because it's great to be able to pulse this message to the whole world. So I'm just really excited. I'd love to get people around the world to really join and just extend this invitation to everybody of this oneness feel that's we're creating here in Byron in December. It's just going to be very exciting. There's going to be lots of little surprises happening as well. So we're very very excited to share that with the world.
Well, I agree. This is going to be something extraordinarily special, and you've really, both of you should be congratulated to create such an amazing event and process. So hopefully this will encourage many, many people to participate, if not travel all the way to Byron Bay, but to listen on the live stream also. So thank you both for being here tonight and to cover, at least get some more people interested and really speaking to the world about this Uplift event. So thank you so much. And I'll turn it back to Justin to wrap us up.
Okay, well, I'm excited. I just want to say that. Thanks, guys. What a great interview. I understand a lot more now, as I'm sure our listeners do. But yeah, absolutely can't wait to be there next year. But this year, just like lots of people, we're going to do our best to make sure that it's not as much about this event and how phenomenal it is and how it can grow, but really it's about the world needs to hear what these speakers have to say. I'm absolutely blown away, and I can't wait to just see everything that you guys have and record and archive here, because it is we are hitting that critical mass. We're moving towards that, and the work that you guys are doing and the presenters that you're pulling together, especially on the GMO stuff and all the children activists. I love this Earth Guardians thing. I'm just thrilled. So thank you so much for what you guys do. We're going to do as best we can to make sure that people all around the world are aware, and that's where maybe we can do some fun hangout stuff to make it a little bit more interactive as we approach. We've got a month and a half, basically, right, before the festival.
That's 6 weeks.
6 weeks. So it's going to be pretty exciting, and we'll do some more little pieces of media in between, and maybe even when you guys are doing it or after. But we would give you our full support, and we're super excited. So thanks again for what you guys are doing and for the great interview. I'm thrilled, clearly.
Yeah, well, us too.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support.
And the website again is upliftfestival.com. Thank you all, and good night.
Good night.
All right, thanks, guys.
Good night. Thank you so much for your support. We really, really appreciate everything, having you guys on the team as well, and just working with us. We really look forward to it, to working with you more.
Great stuff, and hopefully we can do Sedona someday too. All right, take care, everybody.
That would be fun.